Good evening. I'm back. Tired for that. Sorry for the late start. Things got a little busy. But I'm here. And tonight's another good night for some relaxing little ink painting. Because I'll be honest, I am semi-blush, but it's been a very busy few weeks. That. Trying to get my youngest child potty trained. So that's an adventure unto itself. Up here. So I think tonight's going to be kind of a little bit shorter night, but it'll be good night. Okay, so we can because I didn't realize from last night I got ink on the page beneath. So we'll see if we can do something with that. We might do another cloudy sky. Once again, like I said, I like to do a lot of landscapes, so it's not a big issue really. And tonight's a good night for another just kind of relaxing landscape. Still need to get those bigger brushes, but I just have not got a chance to be out shopping for them. Horizon one more second. Yeah, I think we'll do kind of another, ominous kind of, not ominous, I guess, rainy cloud type. Hey! How are you doing tonight? Good evening. Good evening. I said, tonight's going to be a real chill night. May not go very long. We'll see. And a kind of relaxing ink painting. So I said, this week has been interesting. It's been fraught with all kinds of domestic excitement. Finally cost training. I know. And I know it's been bad. I've been kind of like doing one a week now. Oops, sorry. And of course, I hit the camera with the brush. Like a professional. And so if it wasn't one thing, it's another. Monday he was gone all day, like into the evening, so he almost missed. I let the girls stay up later, like way past their bedtime, just so they could at least say goodnight to Dad before bundling them off to bed. It was just, Monday was not a good night for sleeping. Tonight's a little better, but still crazy. This month has been a nightmare. I know I heard about your wife dealing with the break.
Your afternoon didn't go great.
Huh?
My afternoon didn't go great.
No, yours didn't either. I know, if you want to fill them in on that, it's up to you. Yeah. Well, like I said, just all kinds of craziness has gone down, on top of, like I said, the ongoing saga of pushing to try to get the youngest potty trained before we go away on to visit family, and then before preschool starts this fall, which really late summer, because it's in August, which I still think is insane. How early school starts now is crazy. Once again, probably showing my age by that, but I don't care. I still think it's nuts. School starts in August and all things. I know Rev wasn't appreciative of last year because last year it started on his birthday.
This year it started before my birthday.
The day before his birthday, yeah, I know. I feel like was it like the next 10 years the next school year will start before the first one's even out.
How it kind of feels.
Yeah. I want to keep going, but now it's like I really needed to, because the last ink painting I did, it turned out really nice. I liked it. However, I am going to have to weight it down with some seriously heavy books, because I can tell where I kind of went, and I knew I did while I was doing it, but I was kind of leaning to pushing the paper further than it should have gone, because it's way crinkly. Because I oversaturated the paper, and I will admit that. So I'm trying to be a little bit better and go a little more gradual. Yes, and they're not fun. They really are not. I mean, I know as kids get older, the parenting, it does get harder because the problems get bigger, because they get more into the more complicated world. There's a reason why each and every one of us is nostalgic about our childhood, because everything was, our greatest problems were the mean kid next door stole my ball, or we're out of fruit snacks. You know, now it's, I gotta get my taxes done, I better get them done right, because I'm gonna get in trouble, and the car broke down again, and I don't know where I'm gonna get money to fix it. So I know it's like, this is small potatoes in the long run, but as far as like the parenting of small humans, this is my least favorite part, I'll be honest. I mean, it's like pulling teeth every single time. I know it's worth it. I know it's like no kids ever stayed in diapers forever, but it's not fun and it's not easy. Especially when you're trying to discern little toddler body language just to make sure if they sneeze wrong, it's run to the bathroom. You're going to the bathroom if I have to carry you in there. Like a football. don't know. I feel like this has been, I don't know if there's a full moon or something, but it's like things have not gone smoothly. I don't know. I'm trying to be a little more careful about how much water I put down on this stage. It really does force you. If you're looking for a project that'll teach you patience, I think watercolor and ink painting is definitely one of them. It does drill. You have to be patient. Watercolor paper is amazing for how much moisture it will withstand, but in everything there is a limit. Last night, but last stream, when I did last stream's ink painting with the 2 trees, I really did breach that limit. Because I will now have to press that piece. We did that too with limited to mixed success, I think. Because I think with our oldest, it was so hard. It was like pulling teeth. We got there eventually. A little bit, yeah.
I think we should probably try that again with the smaller ones.
I know. You can at least try. The hard part is, even probably for ice cream. Then we get the older one who is already well potty trained. Is now it's if I go, do I get ice cream too? It's no, kid. It's not quite how this works anymore. I know. It's and you kind of feel bad, but at the same time, it's no, you get in trouble if you don't, because you know what to do now. It's getting your sister to recognize what to do. I'm trying to see, put in very light tones, because I had an idea. I need to kind of see exactly how well said idea is going to pan out. And if anything else, it's faint enough that if I did change my mind, I could paint over it and it would kind of all blend together. But at the same time, if I am going with it, the other added benefit is the fact that kind of the background is kind of played captain at this point. Oh, I'm having such a night, I'm telling you. Eventually tonight, this thing is going to come back. Kicking the can. See, there we go, because a couple times she has. She has actually been very good about it. The oldest one, that is, to the younger one. So maybe I should. I mean, maybe I should be a little more indulgent about that. It's just, you do get, like, the sense, like, I know the hustle you're trying to pull with your kid. But about the helping, yeah, definitely. I think that's something I'm definitely going to at least try to put aside for the older one, too. I mean, she has her moments, but for the whole, I have been very, very helpful. She has become such a big girl. I'm so very proud of her. Like I said, I know I'm doing a lot of, I almost feel like, because I know how many cloudy skies I've painted. And it's like, I don't want to, like, it to end up like a broken record, but I do, that is one of my favorite subjects, and some of my favorite kind of weather days are those rainy, and I love thunderstorms too, as odd as that might sound, I do. And I love painting them just because, just getting some of the shapes, it can be so much fun and just so interesting. And like I said, at least in this one, I did force my hand a little bit just because I have that blotch to deal with from the ink getting underneath the page from the last one. So I'm kind of trying to like mask it or incorporate it. So there's gonna be a lot of like gloomy day paintings, but it's like I don't consider them that gloomy. Like I said, I see the beauty in rain and clouds and thunderstorms. So there's some of my favorite days to experience, and some of my favorite days to paint. I mean, doing clouds can just be so much fun. And it really is just a very relaxing kind of, I don't want to like say zen exactly, because I know that's that's a different philosophy, but it is kind of that feeling a little bit.
No, I hadn't gotten that one yet. I've been playing a lot of my time at the Sandrock, but I have not bought Shredder's Revenge yet. I still need to get around to it, but I gotta wait till next month to buy it, and the budget's already blown.
Oh yeah. That game you're done.
Yep, it's on my wish list on Steam.
Yeah. Oh dear, I'm afraid I said it's away again. Because I'm getting a little swale right over. Yeah. See, like I said, that's the frustrating part. It's like you can only go for so long before I'm running into a paper problem.
Yeah, it's still, I've already spent
Yeah.
money on my budget for this.
We kind of have a lot of
Couple.
fun money to do that with. We kind of already spent it on. We'll have to wait till next month when it replenishing.
Doesn't help that we have a couple big bills coming up too,
Yeah,
like my tooth implants
yeah, fun.
and my trip.
You have all the fun.
Yeah,
Ailments.
I'm expensive this next month.
Yeah,
And my trip to the doctor today.
yeah. Just make nothing's wrong.
Yes.
Luckily, it's just simple fixes, but we're just
Go.
better safe than sorry. If you had a few symptoms come up that we're just like, better just make sure. We're pretty sure this is nothing, and it was really.
Yeah.
What it was, you were lacking.
Yeah. Go into the ER and you told to go eat a banana, basically.
Yeah. Eat more nanas.
Well, I started working out and I worked out too hard.
Yeah, and just replenishing of water, so it's like you also need some of those electrolytes and nutrients. Mostly it's him with the potassium. It was mostly potassium because, I mean, you definitely want to rehydrate, and water's good, but you want to, when you're doing heavy stuff like that, it's like you really do need some electrolytes and something to replenish the vitamins, because eventually that water is just going to flush out the vitamins in your system. So you do need some replenishment there. But. So yeah, it was just, oh yeah, it's been a fun couple weeks, hence why I haven't been on as much. I'm almost kind of thinking that I might break it down to just do 2 days. Because sometimes art's a whole different game, and there are some days where it's like, I don't want to burn myself out on it. And sometimes it's like, I need a little more pacing. I feel like 3 days a week for doing a new art piece each of those days is a little hard pace for me. So I might knock off Friday. Friday tends to be my least busy streaming day anyway. And it would be nice to have like a more complete weekend to do other fun things to replenish myself. Having more of that time to make other commitments that are not on stream.
The pictures we got were good though. We got our family pictures.
Oh yeah, they did.
So that's a happy meal.
Yeah. I got a new bike, but we're waiting for a couple pieces.
Yeah, not all the parts were included, and that's annoying.
And there are tiny parts. It's like the tiny parts. That
Well, there were a couple
need
huge holes in the box when it got here, so I'm guessing.
Oh no! I hope. That's probably what happened because they're the pieces that go into like the seat, And I think one other thing, and I didn't move. I was careful with it. I swear. I didn't move it from where it was set, so I don't think. And the girls didn't get into it. They blissfully, bless their hearts, they didn't touch it. So if you're saying if there were holes in the boxes, I didn't realize there were holes in the box.
It got here.
It got here
with
holes
holes
in the box. Yeah.
Because our shipping companies are ever so careful.
Oh yeah. The one where a door was literally folded in half. I'm like, how did you even manage that one?
Yeah,
I'd love to know. I've seen the photos of just like someone was getting shipped a new front door, and it was folded in half. Like it was a big long dent. And I was like, how did you even do that? Did you run over the door? How?
Yeah, and that's a good thing for you guys right now. Just kind of give you a chance to catch your breath and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad to see everything went well. I messaged her today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, coming off painkillers won't be
Been
too bad.
praying, yeah, because that's us so hard.
Did you get your brewing stuff ordered, by the way, or are you still kind of waiting a little bit?
Oh no, so a little of my ink's already dried. I think I'm not running into.
Just remind me, I need to take the dry hop out.
Okay, there we go. I think I just need to dry brush this a little bit. I need my stiffer brushes. That's a little more the texture I was looking for, because it's just coming out way too smooth, and that would be why. My brushes are too smooth. I need a little more texture up there. I would like a hint of vegetation up on these hills there. Try to get a little more green.
It'll be glorious when you get it ordered. My new regulator, I think it's supposed to get here Friday. I'll have better control over my freezer.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a pain in the neck to fix, but once it's done, it'll be better off.
Oh yeah. I'll have to get new tap handles too.
Yeah, we still need a couple new ones of those, but
Yeah. I got them one for Christmas. Those are custom. I need a couple more. I only got one. I want to do the full set, but it's like I'd never ordered that before, so it's like kind of thing. I'll get one. That way, I don't spend the money on an extra one that I have to send back. Oh, oh, okay. Sorry if I'm.
No, you're good.
I'm a little behind on chat.
Street.
I know, and I feel bad though when I neglect chat, but it's hard when I get zeroed in doing this, and it's like I'm not looking up until I get where I need to be.
How can you interrupt us on your screen?
I'm a terrible host. I really am. Awful, just awful. just really trying to get a better texture in these hills. And get a little more vegetation, so they're not more so barren looking. Hard part is some of this just coming out a little too strong. I'm going to need more water. The other hard part is the fact that my water, I'm having to wait. That's the other catch-22, is then your inks dry out. And like I said before, you kind of get a little bit of the separation thing because the India ink actually is water resistant. Once it is dry, you can wash over it and it will not bleed. So while you can, obviously you're working with the grayscale, so you want to like water it out. You want it to have very light gray washes. You can do that, but once that ink starts drying or a little bit of that water starts evaporating out of that mix, they start separating. So you'll see like thin skins of like little ink flakes floating on top of it. And that's a problem. Then it's becoming unseparated and it's drying out. Even in the water, it's drying out. A little smooth on this one. Trying to break up some of the shadows there. If they end up a little dark, that's not a big deal. But
Alan McClure, do you go to any art shows with your work?
oh, sorry, bud. Used to. I used to go to a lot. That was before the lockdown, though. It was before 2020, and then there was no art shows. And then life just kind of moved on for me from there. So I haven't for a long time, but I used to a lot. I know I did the Burgoo here in town for quite a while, and before that I did a lot in the town where I used to work before him and I got married. I was actually part of there's an art community, there's an art league that I was a part of for quite a few years. And they always did different shows and programs. A little bit darker, but not too dark. And there goes a brush. I'm going to fish that off the floor.
What else have you done that? I think you have different stuff. I think you should try again in the future.
I had thought about it. Like I said, life is a little different now. But I would not shun the idea of doing it again, because it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's just...
That's what I had to set up everything for you.
Hey, there are quite a few years I did it myself.
I know, I just had to get confused.
I do take advantage of your assistance, though, I will say.
No, there was that one year you got really mad at me because I ran off to go to the store in a different town for a little bit.
Yeah, that was...
And then ended up coming...
One of these days we'll recount in full the tale of the engagement and how ramshackle that ended up shaking up, because once again, as anything goes with us, we have one plan and that plan immediately flies out the window. So we kind of do this stuff on the fly.
It worked out.
It did. It was a funny story. I mean, that story will live in infamy. Not so much how I met your mother, but how I ended up getting married to your mother. It's a far more entertaining story. Very gently wash this out a little bit. What? Oh, it's a little chunky. His drink. It's a slushy. of course I does trim.
Have a good night.
Oh, you signing off tonight, Brett? Well, you have a good evening, friend. Thanks for coming in. Glad you caught me. Like I said, been a little crazy, but I'm here. I'm here. I try to at least get one day a week in. At the bare minimum, that's a good pace for me. But no, thank you so much. You have a good night. Get some rest. Tell your wife we're thinking of her, praying for her. Good evening, Lafayette. Sorry I missed you. Well, thank you. I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking this one quite as much. I think I'm a little too dark. I think my tree is getting lost in kind of the saturation there. But like I said, I'm here tonight. After an insanely busy week. All kinds of craziness going on, including, and not limited to, the youngest one trying to push that one through potty training. My favorite task ever. So that has been progressing with limited success. So that alone has kept me quite busy, just trying to discern toddler body language and act with lightning speed. It is. It very much is. Not my favorite one, but it is. Especially when you have two little girls who are incredibly stubborn. And I do mean stubborn and opinionated. Like the littlest one literally putting out the bottom lip, crossing her arms, and tapping her foot. Like actually putting out her foot to the side and tapping it and saying, I don't want to. I like my pull-ups. I do not want to learn to go. You're going to anyway. You're hysterical, but you're going to anyway. And I might be winding down for the evening. Like I said, last couple weeks have been very busy. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. On top of that. So I apologize, I've been very sparse in my streaming. And part of it is, I think, I've been kind of rethinking doing 3 days a week. Just because I think I'm going to take Friday off the docket. Sometimes, because getting these out like 3 times a week sometimes is rather exhausting. Yes, that went part and parcel of the attitude, I should say. Opinionated and very, very much the tude. The tude is coming out, and I'm not liking it much. She is incredibly cute about it, but it's just like, you have to nip this in the bud. But I think this is where it's at. I think if I put any more brushes on this, it's just gonna come out a muddy mess. Like I said, if I have a mind to, I might go back later and try to drop in some white highlights, but I think tonight, once again, it's like, trying to clean off the white ink is a much different animal than trying to just clean off black ink, just because this stuff is so viscous and so opaque, which is good. I mean, I definitely want it opaque enough where it can cover. I mean, it's supposed to act as, that's its purpose, actually, highlight. So it needs to be opaque. It needs not be able to see through it, but it does make it very hard to clean off afterwards, because once the stuff is dry, it is dry. It's on there for good. Short of cleaners. I mean, really, and like I said, I've run out of brush cleaners and conditioners specifically made for ink. I really wish I could find more, because I used to have, and I used to be able to get it in, great big bottles of, specifically, ink solvent, ink cleaner that was supposed to condition brushes for ink painting, but I have not been able to find it in forever. I have not been able to find it in that quantity that I need it either. So, I'm kind of stuck with Windex. I found Windex actually works as a brush cleaner for ink. It makes a very good solvent, but it is a little rough on the brushes. I tried, and I've had these Silver Sable ones. They are my absolute favorites. I love these. They're so smooth, and everything that I've put on them comes off really smooth. Very smooth lines. Love them. Love working with them. I am trying to preserve them as long as I can, and the Windex does tend to be a little hard on them. Because it does strip the ink off. The problem is it does hurt the fibers of the brush, so still kind of looking for a little better solution. That's how you used to. And I don't know, I have not seen it. Because I used to get like the big bulk bottles, because I would put that in a cup, put all the brushes in, and I'd be good to go. But I can't find it in that quantity anymore. Oh yeah, I love that. The bottom lip, the crossed arms, and the little 3-year-old and all. I'm telling you. No one's going to be able to put anything over on that girl, but trying to mother that girl at this point with that too is not fun.
Her eyebrow at me.
Oh, I know, she does the full on. I mean, it's comical. The full pose.
You have to not laugh or else.
Oh, you do. It's so hard because the little 3-year-old putting on the full adult teen sass. I'm like, it's hysterical. You're funny. You're cute. But I can't do that right now. Oh, but no, like I said, I think I am. Yeah. Not really, though. You're joking. But no. No, I think I am, like I said, I don't think I'm turned down that one just because it's been an insanely long week, and dealing with all that I was even hitting the wall before I got on. So, and like I said, I wish I would have handled it a little bit better. I think it is a little muddled. It is very muddled. And I'm at a point where I can't. I absolutely cannot put another brush stroke on this paper. It's just going to be nasty. I mean, I like it okay. I'm definitely the things that would definitely do differently. I guess is what I should say. I would definitely make it go lighter on everything. But no. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad as tired and as half-hearted as I was getting on. It's like, do I really want to do this now? I'm glad I did. I'm glad to see all of you guys. We had Brett in earlier. I'm sorry you're getting to me like the tail end there, Lafayette. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to be on that long tonight. I got a late start going anyway. But that's life. That's IRL comes first, and sometimes it can be a bugger. I'm telling you. So there we are. I hope the rest of the week has gone well for you. Hopefully you aren't dealing with 3-year-old sass yourself at the moment. At least not too much. At least not combined with trying to potty train a very stubborn 3-year-old too, who has decided she was content with her pull-up and not wanting to move on from that. But now we kind of have to, because she's getting into. She kind of did a pre-year of preschool, because once again she's like her mom. She has an odd cutoff date issue with her birthday. So she kind of got an extra year, but this is like a little more serious. The master's degree in preschool, yeah. So now we're heading into like the actual bracket of the 2-year preschool. So one of the stipulations, she really does have to be potty trained, or at least on her way to being potty trained when she starts this year, which is in August, which is crazy. So trying to nudge her in that direction has been more or less like pulling teeth in some occasions. And then he's had pastor conference this week, and then the week before that was the swimming class, which was fun, but it's like everyone came home tired from when we came home. We had all got our exercise and our fun in, and then we just crashed the rest of the afternoon. It do, and you wouldn't think so. You always have these grand ideas like, oh, it's like, well, things will lighten up a little bit. You know, you're naming off, doing the finger count of, well, I don't have this, and this going on. But then something else always comes up. It never quite works that way. At least for me. I don't know. I'm just probably a little dumb like that. I always say, it's like, oh, well, let's see. Because clearly, I can look on this list of things that normally go on that it's like, oh, well, that's off for the summer. We won't be doing that until school starts back up again. So, yeah, it'll definitely be lighter, and it never is. That's never the case, and I really should know by. But no. Like I said, this was at least relaxing. Even if this isn't quite my best work, this was still fun to do, and I got here, and I think for me that's a win, considering where I've been and how the week's gone. I'm here, and I'm glad I am. I always am. So, but I think with that, as much as I'd love to stay on longer, I think I am going to be. This piece is done. Like I said, I really don't want to put anything more on it. I'm going to put the signature date on there. And call it an evening. If I can get my pen to work, that would be nice. Let's see, what's today's date? The 20th. I might end up redoing this one. Like when I'm on a day where not quite as tired. And after I've learned everything, I'm going to redo it. There are things I would do differently. But no, with that, I think I am signing off for this evening. Thank you, Lafayette, for coming in. Good to see you. And Brett for coming in. Anyone, all of our lurkers, chatters, anyone coming in live or post-live later. New friends or old friends, always a very warm welcome to you all. I'm always so grateful for all of your kindness and support and your patience when life gets crazy. For the poor pastor's wife. But no, it's always good to be here. It's always a blessing. You too, Lafayette. You too. Thank you. So you all have a very good night. Christ's blessings to you all. Much love and thanks. Good night.